wild mushroom. Today is another craft update, doing the MKAL mystery at Knit Along by Stephen West. So Mum and I are both almost a full week behind on this project. So the latest thing that we've been doing is this really long band bit, which looks a bit weird when you look at the whole thing together. So we're presuming that this part is the shawl part, that it goes around like this, and then we have these little flappy bits. So I have seen in one of his other patterns that he has sort of long flappy bits that you just sort of fold over, and I'm hoping it's not going to be that, because I think that would be a little bit silly. The fourth and final clue is out, but since Mum and I, well, Mum's actually ready to start doing that, but since I'm not, we haven't looked at it yet. So we'll be doing that once I finish this last clue, clue 3, and I should be able to do that tonight, because I sort of picked up the pace a little bit last night, and I only have about 2 repeats of this wavy pattern to do. So there has been a lot of complaints about how much knitting there is to do. It's several hours a day, honestly, to try and keep up, and Mum and I have been doing that consistently, and we're still behind. So I actually have a really simple solution and suggestion to Stephen West for the next one, and that would be to possibly add another week. So instead of 4 clues, having 5 clues. And I think that actually would be really easy to do, thinking about this pattern. So this one would be 1 week, still quite difficult, people would still be behind, right? Second clue would be this part here, doing it on both sides, and instead of having this part tacked on to the second clue, having that as a third clue, then this one is the 4th clue, and then the clue that he has released now is the 5th clue. So I don't know sort of how his company works, if he has overlapping commitments that makes it so that he can only do it for 4 weeks. But if he does have time, I think that he should really consider doing that, because a lot of people have complained, and I obviously myself, I am still really happy to be doing this, and I definitely wouldn't take it back or anything like that. But I think that my suggestion would be a really great solution, and that people would then know that yes, it is a lot more work than it was in the previous one, but that it's going to be fine. You just have to be prepared to do it in 5 weeks instead of 4 weeks, and then people can really decide, because I'm guessing that the majority of people will end up needing 5 weeks to actually do it. So that's why I think that would be a little bit more realistic, and it would signal to people that it is going to take a longer amount of time. And also, since this, I think there's a very obvious way to split it up into 5 weeks, I think that would be a really great solution. So the things that I am happy about so far is the lack of mistakes. So I have done some mistakes on this flappy bit, because I just didn't really realize or didn't really understand how to actually do it. So here the ribbing is quite messy, but it gets better as I go along. So I'm guessing that's part of the sort of mistakes or things that happen when you are a beginner knitter, that you don't really understand the instructions, and when you watch the video you might still not really understand it, and you need a little bit more time to sort of warm up and learn the techniques. Other than that, I'm just really happy with all the different techniques that I've learned through this process. I've learned how to do cables, I've learned different ribbing patterns and how they can look and feel. And then obviously clue 1 was really amazing. This design was something that I could never even imagine. So it's just a lot of things that I've learned that has really made this knit along really worth it. And there's also another part that you can do which is optional, which is to put little embellishments from around these cables with a different colour. So the suggestion I think was to use this colour, but my mum, she has gone and bought yellow to embellish her ones with in the future, and I was thinking of doing an orange, a more autumnal orange, but that will be done at the very end, like once we've finished knitting, because that part was optional and we're really looking forward to starting on the final clue. So that is the update. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are super excited to find out the finished product. I certainly am. This is so long. Woo! But thank you for watching. I will keep you updated. Make sure you stay safe and healthy. Hey door!